Welcome back, beautiful tri state area. You're listening to a moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Coming up next in our Hydration with Heart segment, brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut. Today, we're featuring 25-year-old Matthew Fernandez. His story has been one of hope and inspiration from the moment he was born. At birth, Matthew and his twin were both pronounced dead, while his twin John didn't make it. They resuscitated Matthew. He was a miracle. Born 6 months premature, diagnosed with cerebral palsy, and weighing in at just 1.5 pounds, doctors told Matthew's parents he would never be able to walk or talk. But 25 years and over 16 surgeries later, he is still on his journey of growth and breaking limitations. While there's no cure for cerebral palsy, Matthew continues to work to strengthen his legs, taking the right next steps to take his own steps. And he has this incredible can do attitude in every area of his life. He's going to join me right now to chat all about overcoming obstacles, the power of a positive mindset, his clothing business, and of course, the importance of giving back. Now, before we dive in, I'm just going to educate our audience a bit first. So, for those of you who are not familiar, cerebral palsy is a group of conditions primarily affecting movement and posture and muscle tone caused by damage to the developing brain, most often, of course, before birth. Symptoms can vary greatly from person to person, but generally consist of trouble with movement, coordination, speech, eating, and development. It's important to note that people with the disorder often have other conditions as well, such as intellectual disabilities, spine problems, vision impairment, and joint problems. Matthew is a shining star. Welcoming now to the show is Matthew Fernandez. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, Matthew, you are quite remarkable. Not only are you defying all odds despite the doctors and what they foretold you, but you're raising awareness and you're really making a difference in the world throughout your journey, all the while with a smile on your face. Now, you've been faced with challenges every day. How do you keep up such a can do attitude? And how important do you think a positive mindset is?
For me, despite of my disability, the only thing that keeps me going is that I never give up. Even though I have a disability, I don't let that define who I am. And having a positive mindset is having a great outlook on life and cherishing it with loved ones and making memories because nothing lasts forever.
I love that you're saying that. Now let's walk us through this. So now I would be remiss not to mention the amazing Charlie Rocket and his Dream Machine Foundation, since he is the reason why I'm interviewing you today. Charlie is a great friend of the show and our sponsor, Once Upon a Coconut. Loves your story. When he told me about you, I just knew we had to have you on the show. So I know back in 2021, you met Charlie, which quickly snowballed into lots of exciting experiences. Can you tell us how you first met Charlie and how he ultimately helped you start your own clothing line?
Well, how I met Charlie was for my 23rd birthday. I posted a video, and I tagged him. Was one day my brother took me to work, and then I did a photo shoot. I was uh, was standing up in my wheelchair, and then I tagged him, and then he saw it. He DM'd me, and then he said, "Oh, what's your dream?" And then I said, "Oh, well, my first dream is to walk on my own and to have my own clothing brand."
I love this story. It's amazing. So you met Charlie as a result of a photo shoot you were at. You sent him a picture, you tagged him, he saw you, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
And this is great. I love this. Now, I know within just 5 minutes of the brand launching, you had already made $5,000 worth in sales. And within the first four
Yes.
hours, $250,000, which is mind blowing. So let's keep chatting about this clothing line. It's called Violets Are Kind of Purple. How did you come up with this name, and where did the inspiration to start a clothing line come from?
To me, what it means, it's all about how people see the world. Like maybe some people see it in like orange or yellow. So basically, the brand is all about perspective and how one sees life and the journey. And uh, and their struggles like me, even though I have cerebral palsy and I'm not able to walk on my own independently, and I also need assistance. I am working towards that goal every day, even though it's a challenge. I still continue to fight, and I have the fighting spirit.
You are a warrior. Every day you face these challenges and
Yeah,
you get up there and you're one step closer to taking your own steps. Now, I know you've always had two dreams. One is to launch a clothing brand and two to walk on your own. So let's shift to the second dream, what you're really really working hard at. I know you've been in an endless barrage of mental and physical therapy for the entirety of your life. Can you tell us about your current physical limitations and what your rehabilitation and strengthening process looks like?
well, is I go to this wellness center called Rancho Los Amigos, and then in there they have adapted machines for people like with disabilities and stuff. And then also I have this life coach. Her name is Ami, and she teaches me how to become independent, like how to take off my shoes on my own, and like how to do pretty much how to do like practical things that one can do like on a day to day. But she has a disability herself. She has spinal bifida.
Spina bifida, yes, that's challenging.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
she's teaching you from the
yeah.
right perspective. I love that you have a life coach
Yes,
that she
she's coming
herself
from the right perspective.
yeah,
Yeah,
that she herself has a disability. That's amazing to me.
yeah.
And you speak rather clearly, I would say, for somebody with a speech impairment, and you are such a strong voice, and I'm so impressed with you answering all of these questions in a timely manner. Big pat on the back for you there. Now,
Thank you.
you're wheelchair bound and you have a
Yeah.
speech impairment. Is there anything else that you have a limitation with?
No, no. What I mean, getting around is because for me, I have to crawl everywhere. Like I physically can't walk, so I pretty much have to crawl and get down off of the chair, go to the bathroom.
That's
No,
pretty independent, I would say so.
yeah. Well, yeah, but that's a bit of a challenge for me.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure you
But
have good upper
but
strong muscles.
yeah. Well, I'm working on it though every day. It's yeah, it's a struggle, but the struggle is beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and you're doing a great job. Now you're so hardworking,
Thank
and
you.
I'm sure it's tiresome, but it's so beneficial that you've been working at this for so many years because early intervention, right, Matthew, is so important, and that early intervention can drastically improve quality of life. And it seems like you have been blessed and surrounded yourself with some wonderful people too, which is equally as important. In fact, researchers have said that having a strong support system definitely leads to higher levels of well-being and better coping skills and reduced anxiety and even depression, and ultimately even leads to a longer and healthier life. Now, how important do you think having your support system is? And for those facing a disability, are there any specific moments or people that particularly inspired you throughout your journey?
First and foremost, my family and also God, like first and foremost. People who have inspired me throughout my journey is like my friend, my life coach, because
Ami.
yeah, it's important for them to be around, so that way they can like inspire me and cheer me up. Let's say if I'm having a bad day, or I could talk to my brother or my mom or my dad or my sister or my brother or
Yeah, so important. I love that you have that. Now, you also have thousands of followers online, and transparently you document and share your journey and spread awareness across social media. Through this, you've inspired countless people, and I know you've even since met and
Mhm.
been in contact with several well-known figures such as Nipsey Hussle, YJ, Akon, and Mike Tyson,
Yes, I
right?
have.
So specifically, Mike Tyson, I know you were invited
Yeah.
over to the Tyson Ranch to meet him. Can you tell me more about how this experience came to be and how it was memorable?
How it started was Charlie took me to a manufacturer, right, called Bella Canvas, where I got the chance to pick out my garments for my shirt, right, and then one of my friends that used to work for Tyson, his name's Troy, and then he FaceTimed my brother, and Mike Tyson, he told my brother, oh, why didn't you tell me you have a brother with a disability? I want to meet him. And
Mike Tyson was genuinely interested in you.
yeah, him and his wife. And then what was crazy too is that after I did the launch at Charlie's house, I got invited to the Hotboxing podcast where Mike Tyson, he does his podcast, and he interviewed me and Charlie.
Wow.
No,
I love that. You have done some incredible things. Now, this is just the beginning for you. Are there any great things on the horizon that you are excited about? What are your future goals, and what are you doing with your clothing brand?
well, my future goals is first and foremost to get stronger and to get more balance on my feet, and with like to be able to walk on my own and do things independently. Like
I have no doubt you'll get there.
with the clothing brand is I would like to take it to the next level, maybe have like my own clothing brand in Zoomies and stores like that. Stores that are like well known.
You want your clothing brand to be in a well-known retailer.
Yes, like a retailer, like Zoomies and all that stuff, like stuff that is popular.
Well, maybe we can call Target and see if we can make it happen. Target, are you listening?
Yeah.
We got a clothing line that needs you to pick it up. Now, now as an influencer and an advocate for the cerebral palsy community, I know you use your platform to raise awareness. But what are some common misconceptions about cerebral palsy that you wish more people understood?
What I want to tell people is that even though that I have a condition where my body gets stuck, it's gonna take time for me to do certain things. I'm showing everyone that even though I have a disability, anything is possible if you put your mind to it.
Yeah, it'll take you much longer to accomplish what
Yeah,
somebody could do in a matter of seconds. I understand that. I understand that.
yeah,
And what I'm hearing is that you wish people were patient with you, to give you the time that you need to get to where you want to get to and understand where you're coming from. And I think patience is key. We are at the end of this segment, my dear. Thank you so much for coming on, Matt. It was a pleasure chatting with you. You are such an inspiration. And I thank you so much for coming on and sharing your journey with us.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. It was a pleasure.
That was the Hydration with Heart segment brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut. And that was the amazing and inspiring Matthew Fernandez. He's defying all odds. He's truly a beacon of hope. You can definitely check him out on the gram at @amazingmatthew, and be sure to stay up with the latest drops in his clothing line on Violets Are Kinda Purple. You're listening to a Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. We'll be right back after this.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut.
Discover the refreshing taste of 100% pure coconut water that actually tastes great. Naturally sweet with no artificial flavors or added sugar. It's packed with electrolytes to keep you hydrated throughout your day. And with 10% of profits going to charity, every sip makes a difference. Pure taste, pure goodness. Experience nature's Gatorade. Visit Once Upon a Coconut or naturesgatorade.com.